Hi everyone, this is Harry Hoffman. I really think we need to talk about new models for member care, specifically new models for missionary care for the Global South mission movement. Many of the typical member care services, like formal member care services, structured member care services, the academic member care, educational and learning pathways like a master's in member care, are still Global North initiated and have a cultural impact on participants. The question is, how useful are they for the Global South mission movement? We hear about contextualization. I talk about contextualization, but we again and again need to dig deeper and a bit deeper, looking at all the challenges for providing missionary care for Global South missionaries and their families. Let's start with the overall picture. In global missions, we talk about missions in a changing world. And by changing world, I don't mean wars, refugees, and climate crisis. By changing world, I mean the global shift in missions. 69% of Christians now live in the Global South. These are numbers that are typically being quoted, produced by the Gordon Cornwell Center of the Study of Global Christianity. And the latest numbers are actually from 2025, this year. And because most Christians are in the Global South, missions is shifting from Western-led to Global South-driven. So a few trends in Global South missions are a shift from church planting to mission planting. Every church is envisioned as a sending church, active in all sorts of mission activities. A trend is a change in the core strategies, vocational missions, income-generating projects. A trend is breaking dependencies, moving away from the financial reliance of the West towards self-sustaining, low-cost, high-impact missions. A trend is to highlight the strength of the Global South, its multilingual capacities, the cultural adaptability, the relational style, and the non-threatening presence. It means, for example, Ethiopians can go to northern Nigeria. Me, as a white-faced European, I cannot. These are key trends in the global mission movement these days. And there are plenty of examples of contextualized mission models. The Chinese mission movement, for example, is learning from Western and Korean models and now adapting those to their own context. The Latinos do this. The Filipinos do this as well with their 1.7 million OFWs, overseas Filipino workers. Many of those are Christians. Many see themselves as missionaries. You have these trends of vocational missions, or simply missionaries seeking income-generating employment, using enterprises as mission platforms, like restaurants, schools, tourism, businesses, etc. I still remember this so well in Shanghai, meeting several Germans in an international church in Shanghai, China. Some of these Germans were full-time missionaries, living by faith, fully supported through donations from their churches in Germany. Very clearly, missionaries. Others were missionaries with part-time jobs who earned a bit of extra income in the evenings. You might call them tent makers, based on Paul, who earned a bit of money on the side through his tent-making job. Again, others were more Christian business people who owned a business in China. They had employees and saw themselves as missionaries, but they were not recognized by the mission agencies as missionaries. I still remember the discussion and the argument, no, you are not missionaries. Why not, was the answer. We are. Just because I have a job, I'm not a missionary, please. And later there were corporation employees. We call them expats, like bank employees and car manufacturing employees, highly educated engineers and CEOs, Christians who saw themselves as missionaries as well. They shared the gospel wherever they went and ran alpha courses during lunch hours in Shanghai, but not recognized by the church and mission agencies as missionaries. So Guys, these things will change in the future. I don't know the final term of this, but it will be vocational missions or something like this. The future of missions will need to be inclusive of all of them. So what does that mean then for missionary care, for member care? The care models need to reflect this new landscape. And we are just at the beginning of this. We need to contextualize more and more and adapt and adjust. Current member care structures are still global north oriented, often academic, often based on formal care services. The Global South requires new contextualized model of member care, community-based support. I have identified 4 topics that I will feature in the next videos. The role of pastors in member care, the role of community in member care, collaboration and member care, and number 4, vocational missions and member care. These are 4 I will highlight, and for sure there are many, many more Global South topics, member care topics like TCK care, educational needs for non-English speaking missionary kids. I have a Latino family here in Thailand right now. Their 2 kids only speak Spanish and now go to English Thai school in Thailand, where no one speaks Spanish. How do you care for these kids? Languages in general, the global mission community is widely communicating in English. Non-English speakers feel and are sometimes excluded. Low budget missions and the inequality of support, comparing African missionaries with European missionaries, their budget per month is just a big difference, and the standard of living is also different. And what does that mean for contextualized missionary care? Qualifications and credentials. Who can be a member care provider? Do you need a master's from a Western university in member care? Or what qualifies you actually? Contextual qualifications, etc., etc. Think about this for yourself as well. Other topics, and write to me. I'm collecting more and more of those topics. To me, it seems like we are actually getting closer to the image of the New Testament church in Acts. I have actually just started a new course called Member Care Devotions, where I explore the biblical basis of member care by looking at the New Testament mission movement and its member care elements here by looking at Paul, Barnabas, Timothy, and Peter. Here you have persecution in Jerusalem, and people leave and start new churches in new areas and new people groups, not just among the Jews, but among the Gentiles. And the churches in the New Testament are actually all mission planting churches with new Christians and young leaders. You read through the story of Acts and it's simply fascinating, amazing, and at the same time the care elements are outstanding. Sign up if you haven't done so yet to the Member Care Devotions and learn about it. So let's start next time with this unique role of pastors in missionary care. Pastors in missionary care. Very important and actually quite an eye-opener. But more about this next time. Hope this is helpful and inspiring. Write to me with any ideas you have. Member Care for Global South Missionaries and the Mission Movement. And I see you next time. Bye for now.